The wiring of your brain, just like we train AI, when you go to sleep, will undergo neuroplasticity. This thing rewires itself, just like an AI running through epochs or iterations, as we call them, going over the training data and correcting things under trial and error based on the information that's given. It doesn't discriminate. Your brain can't hear something and not hear it. You can ignore it all you want. Your subconscious mind knows it's there. It's done, right? That's Adam and Eve. I'm gonna touch on that in a second. But yeah, the subconscious mind knows. You can't get rid of it. It's meant to deal with everything. The reason I say that's Adam and Eve is because I subscribe to the ideology that Garden of Eden was not a physical place. It was the realm you go to when you close your eyes, in the realm of imagination, where you can have anything you want. You know, everything. We were conscious. We're spiritual beings first. It's a masculine nature and a feminine nature. Subconscious being a feminine nature. Adam was given the command, in much the same way as your conscious mind or the waking mind, the masculine that does things, has control over your body. Right. So it's the consciousness, the conscious aspect controls the actions of the body, at least directly on one level. Then you have the subconscious mind that influences. It can influence conscious mind. The feminine aspect can influence the masculine, but it can't make it do anything. Much the same way that Adam eats the fruit. Adam's given the command not to do so. Disobeys the law. Eve disobeys first, but nothing happens. That's very important. God didn't come down and stop anything, shut nothing down until Adam did so. And what does Satan say in the Bible? Well, in Genesis, is that you'll have knowledge of good and evil. To me, again, it's a reflection of binary, up, down, past and future, comparison, binary code, right? But you also get time, memory, time. You can't compare good and evil, life and death without time. So upon this, like the conscious mind discovering time and having memory, you lose the present. You're no longer in the infinite now, the God-given now. So that's why most spiritual teachings are about finding that present, finding that now, Christ consciousness, being here. Not doing so, you're stealing. Your ego is stealing the present moment from you, right? Satan being ego, God being the universe.
Right.
So yeah, knowledge of good and evil. And what happens? Immediately they noticed they were naked. So now we're dealing with awareness. That was a notice. It was conscious, like body material. That's why they call it the fall of man, from energy and the matter. This is my framework. So and then again, when Eve did so, it wasn't a problem because the subconscious mind is supposed to deal with your memories, with your traumas. It's supposed to handle those things when you go to sleep. It's supposed to be in the background. But you, the conscious mind, you're not supposed to be dwelling on fears of the future and or dwelling in the past, right? And then what did they say? That Adam and Eve were cast out of the garden. Now, cast out of the self, again, because it's heaven is here, it's self-internal Eden experience. And the brain, cerebrum, these are all Latin words. Cherubim, cerebrum comes from cherubim, the winged creature that stands outside of Eden, swinging a flaming sword at 180 degrees. That's an allusion to an ancient philosophy that they had. They used to believe, you can look this up, they used to believe that our eyes were like lights, like flashlights to the world that connected with the sun's lights. Ironically, we do have photons in our eyes. Those little glimmers we see in each other's eyes are the refraction of photons. But the cherubim, the winged beast, having a sword that swings 180 degrees, keeping Adam and Eve out, it creates that illusion of projecting man and woman outside of self.
Indeed.
So now we believe there's an external world, again, matter and all of these things, but all these things are inside you. Yes. Anything you touch, you don't know that you touch it until you process it internally. It's an internal experience. Everything you feel, everything you do, it happens inside you. The instruments pick up signals from other waves going off, but the interpretation of these things as material and matter, it's all an internal process. And that's that's my fundamental belief.
Indeed. No, beautiful. Beautifully said. Beautifully said, my brother. I really enjoying this conversation. I think we should do a workshop before the end of the year, my brother. We might. I'm gonna have to talk to you. Is that something you would be interested in?
Yeah, let's get it.
Yeah, I think we might have to put together a virtual workshop, a virtual one, so everybody in the world could join. But I think before the end of the year, me and Hueman is going to collaborate on a virtual workshop for the global community to participate in and really tap in to this conversation. You one last question before we get out of here, my brother. You just brought up, we're like I said, a conversation, beautiful conversation. We're talking about the human OS. We're talking about Mac OS or the human technology. I mean, the computer technology, and we're comparing it. And I noticed with the human technology, because we just finished talking about the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind works even while you're sleeping. So if you have problems with yourself, the subconscious will work on healing you while you sleep. That's why when you're sick, sometimes they be like, "My nigga, just get some sleep. You'll be better in the morning." My question is, Hueman, sometimes this happened to be plenty of times before. The computer be acted up. I close that shit. I'll be back. I'll open you back up tomorrow. Tomorrow, open it back up. It's better. And I'll be like, oh, thank God. So does the computer do anything while it sleeps? If we live while we sleep, is the computer doing something while it sleeps where a problem that I had when it was operated and then I close it, let it sleep for about 12 hours?
Right.
Is anything happening you may not know about?
So the nature of the universe, the nature of God is one. Right? I'm a firm believer in that. And I think your experience with everything in this world is a direct reflection of your internal experience. So sometimes it's really just time for us to put that thing down. And we ain't going to force ourselves or tell ourselves the mind is running. We in that flow state. We want to get this problem solved. I'm a victim of this all the time. I'll be tired, thinking I'm tired, and I'm amazed that I'm even up 3 hours later. But it's not until a part of us has to manifest that problem through another time. It's time for us to take a break. It usually happens when I'm frustrated. I don't know if it's the same for you, but when something's not working right or properly, right? It's like, all right. It's a direct reflection of my personal experience. I just need to take a break and come back to it with a fresh lens. On the other hand, yes, our computers do need to cool down sometimes, but that's overheating. But that's about it. But I like I said, I believe that reality is a feedback loop of our consciousness and our experience, so that just like we prompt AI, our thoughts are constantly prompting the universe. So complex series of thoughts dictate those responses. It's like a call and response. And if you pay attention, try to, as much as you can for a whole day, to be intentional of paying attention to the thoughts you have. I promise throughout the day, you will see those thoughts pop up in little pockets, whether it's on a show. Oh, I was just thinking about that. Somebody just said such and such. It's because the universe, this is how the universe generates itself. It's generative. That's the only way it can remain infinite, is to take new information, square itself, right? By squaring itself, it's able to keep the same amount of information smaller within itself. So it has just as much space to learn and create something new as it has to condense what's already been done, like DNA. We got all this DNA, millions of years of history, and then we can go on for another millions of years, and this will all be encoded because of how it folds in itself and the holographic nature. But to that point, I think that reality responds. It's not so much the computer as it is just the intelligence in the field.
Got you, man. Like I said, absolutely love this conversation, my brother. Tell the people what you're working on right now that they could tap into and how they could contact you, my brother.
Certainly. So we have a number of things. One thing I'm really excited about, I have not announced this publicly, so I'm going to do it. Now I got to make a post about it tomorrow with what it's looking like, because we have a lot of progress on it. So as you know, if you talk to GPT right now, whether it's about Dr. Sebi, whether it's about a number of our great teachers, or just a number of things that we're interested in, learning history, we know that the narratives that we're getting through ChatGPT are not reliable. So I made it my business about 1.5 years ago to start training in AI that we would be able to go to for what we wanted to see in history. And I'm talking about from every denomination. This is for our people, whether you're a Muslim, whether you subscribe as Hebrew, whether you're Kemetic, whether you're indigenous. I went through all of these things and found our place in all of these pockets in history because we have a place in all of them. That's what our people really need to understand. And I wanted to create this tool to aggregate the information of all so that we have a learning tool about our history, a number of sources in a quote unquote GPT type model. So that's it's a working model. I've shown it to friends, me, red pill, blue pill. We've played with it a little bit. But I've also been building, and it's near completion. I just want to gamify. I wanted to make it fun so that people will want to learn and engage with it. And we can paint a clear picture of the future. But we can also, it's a group community training platform where you can go in, you can create a topic, a subject, and you can invite your group and say, hey, let's all go get research on this, or yo, we looking at this book, grab paragraphs and stuff like that, drop it in. The AI will know it. As soon as you plug it in, you can go to the chat, you can talk to the AI about it. That's one project. Another project I do have, this is dropping July. I'm thinking about like the 7th or early July, selfteach.ai. I have the domain, it's mine, I already own it. It's an AI platform where anything you want to learn, you can go get a source from it. Let's say you see a complex PDF, a new math concept, because I do this stuff all the time. I want to learn something new. And sometimes the language it's in isn't the most presentable for me. So I created a program that anything you want to learn, just get some documents, whether it's a PDF file or something like that, you drop it in and it'll create a curriculum for you. This can be used to teach your kids. It can be used on any grade level, right? And again, it's backed by the AI that's trained on our information. Now, for some other fun stuff, I have a godbody.ai. I own that. Yeah, so if you go to it's not up right now, but I own godbody.ai. This is a fun community platform. I want everybody on deck, right?
What's that?
Where we get to challenge each other. So I may have a challenge. You can add, you remember like Pokemon? Yeah, everybody played Game Boy. We all play Pokemon. All right, you select Pokemon and whatever, get badges. So in this, you gain challenges. So let's say I have a challenge where it's like, hey, read 30 minutes a day for a week or whatever. You complete that challenge, you get this badge. It goes to your person in the game, like an RPG game. Meditate for 30 minutes, go jogging, etc. Right? But you can create your dashboard, collect badges. We can create challenges for each other, or for our groups, our communities. We could just play. It's gamified. You earn tokens in that game from our platform, other access to digital tools and stuff like that. And lastly, I have a university. I'm opening that again. It was on pause for about a year because I was just working. But it's actually up again. You can hit me up about it. If you go to my website, just click the sign up on my page. Go to the sign up part of my page. So I see that King Simon dropped the website there. I appreciate you, brother. But yeah, sign up for it. That's why I could teach you the code from beginner to AI expert. You will not be able to log in when you sign up. I coded my website from scratch. Nothing is Wix. Nothing is pre-done, right? I coded. This is hard coded between me and my brother Sid, one of my top developers. Shout out to Sid too. I hope he's watching. He's a big fan as well. I had to give him that shout out. So yeah, we built this thing. It's hard coded. We didn't take any shortcuts. But one thing I really wanted is that when you sign up, I want to be able to approve. I want to know who's in the platform. I wanted to definitely keep it community based because there's a social media aspect coming to it. We could talk because I do my personal blog. I will no longer be posting information on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. I'll just be dropping posts here. There's a comment section, and I'll always be changing the look of it. It's always going to be advanced, have the latest AI, pictures and stuff. We will have DMs, all of that. So it's a fun project that we're doing, and it's constantly in flux because, like I said, we're hard coding it. We're going to keep it cutting edge, and I want everybody to watch it evolve with me and see as technology evolves, the platform will evolve.
Indeed. Well, like I said, my brother, definitely a pleasure having you on here. This was your solo debut. on the channel. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, people, how we do on here? Let me see it in the
family. How was the talk tonight?
How
Human wants to know how was the talk. How we do today, y'all. Human wants to know.
This is beautiful. Okay, I'm feeling the love. I'm seeing the hearts come in. The chat going crazy. Somebody asked me if I had an uncle named Jerome. Nah, if he's still here. If he's still here, nah, I don't. But I did see I see a lot of love in the chat throughout the night. Sometimes it was starting to distract me. I'm sitting here trying to talk and answer questions. I'm like,
yeah. Nah, definitely. The chat could get real. They be on there going in the chat, man. Some dude was in here talking about Allah the whole night. I had to get rid of him. He was completely not concentrated on the conversation.
Yeah, I even know he's going there, and it's sad when it goes there because there's a lot. If people are patient enough, there's stuff for everybody.
Yeah,
I'm a firm, the same way, and I'm gonna touch on this another concept to leave everybody with. There's a part of the Quran when Allah creates Adam, he says, "I'm going to create man out of black mud." Very important. He said black mud. Calls all the angels there. And he says, when I breathe my ruach into man, you are all to prostrate, fall into submission to him. And all of them do. After Allah put the spirit into his best creation, he said he's going to be his best, into this black clay. All of them to submit or fall into the prostration to this new creation. All of them did except for Iblis, who was like the shaitan of the Quran, right? And I find that really important because the creator creates this reality, a whole creation, just like I would VR, then creates little helpers to operate within that reality, creates its best creation in that reality and puts a part of itself. These are not my words. This is from the book, so I don't want to offend anybody. I just want you to go read it. It says he puts my ruach. Ruach is spirit. If I put my spirit into something I create, what am I doing? Right? So he creates pretty much a new reality, a virtual reality, a simulation of the real, because the whole book is telling you that this world is not the real world, that there's a hereafter. Matter is not real. We're starting to know that. We're starting to see that. Things exist in superposition. The orbits and stuff. If you look up Venus and Earth, the orbit pattern they create is like a flower. This is what Egypt was talking about in the field of reeds, how the orbits make these geometric shapes that look like gardens. So yeah, he puts himself into his own creation to walk around, and that speaks to divinity in man. So I want hopefully you can walk away with those gems. You ain't got to be so mad on me. But brother, I definitely appreciate you even having this platform, man. You have it so consistent with it. I've learned a lot just tuning in. So many people do, and this is a fundamental space for our community, man. So much love to you for staying consistent, being here for people to have this. Because there's a lot of Netflix out there, there's a lot of garbage out there, but weekly you got people tuning into things that they need to hear, and it's irreplaceable.
Indeed, man. I definitely appreciate everybody that tuned in tonight. Anybody who's Pray 7 sent the super chat. Kim Flea is super chat. Do you have a Cash App you want me to give the family if they want to support you?
If you want, if they do, sure. It's natural. How do I say it? NTRLWNDRS. Natural Wonders without any vowels. Our people always wrote things with no vowels, right? But yeah, if anybody wants to, sure. But
yeah, I always ask the guests for their Cash App. A lot of times people want a way to show gratitude for the work and the information, because we're really changing a lot of lives. If you know what this information is doing a lot for the community out there. So I definitely would love for the people to support your work, support the channel. You can hit the brother up, Cash App $NTRLWNDRS. Show the brother some love. We need to paper up the scientists in our community. You know what's unfortunate? I'm gonna tell you what's unfortunate. And Blue Pill's in the chat. and he mentioned this on my show years ago.
Shout out to
He was talking about these young geniuses. Like we'll see an article. This black young genius graduates from high school or college at 8 years old, and we'll be like, wow, yeah, go ahead, black, black excellence.
Go to college.
We never hear from them again.
Never again. We don't tap in after anything.
From them when they're adults. We don't know what happens to them, but we know that they integrate within the system, and they're a tremendous asset to the system or whatever. And there's nothing wrong with that if that's what they want to do.
100%.
But we need to paper up our scientists so that they don't have to feel like they have to go that route. Like they know that the grassroots got to take care of our geniuses, our scientists. We're so used to this, these people supposed to be poor, but we got to paper up our scientists if we want them to stay within the community and help the community. If we want our we got to paper them up, family, and that's just the bottom line. We got to pay them, and the right ones.
It's true. They try to buy us out. I've had.
They try to buy you out. You saying they try to
every company.
Like, give me an example. What happened? Like, what? Give me an example.
Oh, OpenAI buying the RAG applications. We call them RAG. It's a retrieval augmented. It's like a processing technique where you put something, you store information in the back end, and your AI can talk to it without actually training the AI. So this was done about 2 years ago. I actually have it on my Instagram. I was the first person, the proponent of the 3 billion parameter model. So when I was doing model evaluations, sending stuff in between posting on Instagram and building relationships with reps there, I actually met one in Costa Rica when I was there, a brother named Oleg. I got an offer to work for $400,000 a year. That's OpenAI.
Yeah.
But when you look at people who are asking for $1 trillion, making billions of dollars like it's nothing, it's absurd. And I ended up making more than that, just pretty much doing my own thing and just doing some collaborative efforts. Another is just being asked to do data analytics with IBM, machine learning engineering with Google. Because I underwent one of their courses at one point, performed exceptionally well. I posted about that as well. I did I believe it was an 8-week course in a couple, like 4 days, just regarding like data analytics and stuff. So they reached out to me on that. But all of these things, number one, I wouldn't call them low paying jobs. They're definitely high end, decent paying jobs if people are looking to break away from like traditional work. But I knew that there was such a deficit, a vacuum in our community for these types of work. So if I could just provide the services, I could reach out to the influencers, to the influential people in our community. And shout out to Blue Pill, because he's actually, gotta say, he's the person who started introducing me to everybody and putting my name out there and just supporting the work and telling me, hey, keep going. This is what you need to be doing. So shout out to Blue for that. But and yeah, I still get emails all the time. I have friends who are like, hey, what are you working on now? I've learned now. I wasn't that smart initially. I was showing everybody, like talking to these engineers, breaking down the math to them, like just having a friendly conversation about the mathematics and not realizing what I was doing. So now I get called, hey, what are you working on and stuff like that. I try to keep it low, but yeah.
Excellent, man. Wow, yeah, they 400,000. A lot of people will be like 400,000. So, I mean, I'm glad that you're following your path and you believe in what you're doing, and we're able to get the level of information and help that we're able to get from you, my brother. Keep up the great work. Like I said, family, I'm gonna tap in with Hueman. I gotta
you gotta get on schedule. I'll jump on schedule. We can come get
And I'm doing this event. I'm getting ready to make this huge announcement for this event I'm doing in August in Atlanta, and I would love you to come down there. I already got speakers, but I want you to come down there just for networking. Okay. I mean, it's August. It's August. It's going to be in August. I'm gonna touch base with you, but I'm gonna make the announcement.
I'm here right now, by the way. I'm still here.
How long are you gonna be in Atlanta for?
I've been here a month now. I said I was gonna be here for 2 days, so I'm chilling.
Indeed. Well, I'm gonna talk to you about it. We're gonna touch base about it, and we'll figure it out. But family, thank you for tuning in. I'm gonna be back tomorrow. I'm just leaving. I'm gonna have. It'll be a surprise for y'all, but I got a couple of special guests tomorrow. So I'll be back on tomorrow. Make sure y'all follow this brother. Like I said, when we have somebody of tremendous value in our community that's coming with a good heart, a pure heart, let's make sure we paper them up so they don't go the other way. You know what I'm saying?
And most of my tours, just so they know, I'm my aim right now is to make them as free as possible. So the support helps because the more people come in, you know, but my goal is to give things away. So
indeed,
yeah, you'll see that in all my platforms. I'm never really asking, but I definitely do appreciate the assistance. But our goal is to make sure that everybody can have I want to be the Tony Starks. I'm going to be, you know, the Tesla. I'm trying to give it the real Tesla, not Elon Musk. I want us all to have what's accessible, you know, for information. If the information is free, I want to make it free. So that's my goal. So everybody can help me along the journey to that goal. We appreciate you.
Yeah, you doing your thing. I'll be seeing you. I seen you with the McLaren. I'll be seeing you pulling up with some fly rides. I'm like, this brother getting it, man. I said, this brother getting it, man. You got some fly whips, my brother.
Right. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Oh man, you doing that.
You got to come to the West Coast with me.
Oh man,
beautiful. See me in Vegas.
Yeah. Keep doing your thing, brother. Like I said, I'll have you on here soon, and we'll talk about the workshop sometime before the year's over, my brother. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks again, brother.
All right, peace.